Oh, don't look at that mess down. Look at this cool water bottle holder. I'm gonna teach you how to make it. It's really not that hard. Okay, just ignore that, all right? Let's go sew. Come on. Come on, it'll be fun. All right, first thing you're gonna need is your water bottle, some scrap paper, scissors, or around here somewhere. A pencil would be helpful. You're gonna take said water bottle, place it on top of your paper, trace yourself a nice little circle. I'm leaving myself about an inch of seam allowance. That's my base. Next, I'm gonna take my measuring tape and I'm gonna measure how tall I want this water bottle holder to go. Mine is about 8 inches. I'm gonna add an inch for seam allowance. I want it 9 inches tall. We're gonna measure how wide it needs to be. It's almost 11 inches wide. I'm gonna give myself a 1/2 inch of give and then an inch for seam allowance. 12.5 inches wide by 9 inches tall. Write that down. Even write it on your circle. This is the fabric my offspring has chosen for her water bottle holder. I've already got a little bit of cotton batting already pre-cut. The way you measure how long your strap is you're gonna take your measuring tape and put it on like this. So you figure out roughly where you want it to hang and add 3 inches or so. I like the straps to be nice and wide, about 3 inches wide, so that they don't cut into my kids' shoulders. Make your strap however long you want it to be. Because the strap is going to be 3 inches wide, we actually need to cut a 6-inch piece of fabric so that when we fold it over, it has 3 inches. I'm folding my fabric over. I need it to be about 6 inches wide. And I'm going to be bad and just use a Crayola marker. I feel like Crayola washable markers could be a nice sewing staple. They're supposed to be washable, right? Here's my strap. Put that aside. Now I'm going to cut out my rectangle. She needs to be 12.5 by 9 inches. All right, now that we got that done, we're going to cut the same thing out of cotton batting. And I'm not exactly sure what this is. Someone gave it to me. Stretchy. Plasticky, I don't know. And because I have it pinned this way with the outer fabric, the cotton batting, and this plasticky stuff, as I cut it out, I can sew it just like that. We're gonna do our circle too. We're just gonna do a little zigzag stitch all the way around the end of our rectangle, just to hold all of our pieces together. Now that we have our little rectangle all sewn together and all these little fabrics are best friends forever, we're going to do the same thing to the circle. So zigzag stitch all the way around just to help everyone get along. Do you like watching my hands sew or do you like watching me sew? Just let me know. Alright, take your little circle, rectangle, put that aside. This is our strap. Pin the batting onto the strap with 1/2 inch of seam allowance or whatever on this side. Everything is pinned in place, so I'm just gonna do a quick little straight stitch all the way down. You still haven't told me what you like watching while I sew. Do you wanna watch me sew or do you wanna watch just my hands sew? We get to iron. First, I'm gonna iron down this little lip here that we have to go like that. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. That's kind of exciting, huh? Let's fold her in half. Now we have to pin it. Now I'm just gonna sew a zigzag stitch on either side of the strap. Do as I say, not as I do. Fold the edge over on itself, roughly a 1/2 inch, and just sew a straight stitch across just to make it nice and clean for when we attach it to the water bottle holder. Do the same thing to the other side. Our strap is done. I'm going to fold over about a 1/2 inch on my rectangle, and that's going to be the hem for the top. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch all the way across because I think it's pretty. If you wanted to add like an iron-on patch or like a pocket or a little something on this to make it a little more fancy, now is the time to do that. I'm gonna fold this in half. taking into account that I need about a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the side, I'm going to measure, it's roughly 5.5 inches, so about the 2.5 inch mark is where I'm going to put my straps. I'm gonna put them about 3 inches, like redistribute all of the weight and make the bag a little more durable. My straps are on my bag. I'm gonna sew all the way down here and across and then up to make it super, super strong. Straps are sewn on, so now we're going to fold it right sides together, and using about a 1/2 inch seam allowance, we're going to sew all the way across. Do not sew this bottom part. With the ugly side of your bag sticking out and the ugly side of your circle sticking out, we are going to start pinning it to the bottom of our bag. You're going to need to do a little bit of finagling, and that is okay. I'm going to pin. I like to go across, 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 twist, across, 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 twist until I get the whole thing. But also, don't worry too much, because this is going to be at the bottom of your bag, so no one's really going to be looking at it. This is what mine looks like after pinning, and now we need to go through and sew it with a straight stitch on the sewing machine. Flip her right side out. Oh, when it actually works, it's so exciting. Look at that. Ah! This is a super basic pattern. It's not like crazy aesthetic. You can do different fabrics. You could add ruffles along the edge. You could add ruffles down here, make it look like a tutu. You could do a bunch of iron-ons like smiley faces or daisies or something, make it look real funky, make it look real cool. You could add a little ribbon or loopy loop or something so they can put a keychain on there. What else should we learn how to sew together? Let me know in the comments down below.